grew up in South Central LA, and my mom thought it'd be best for me and my brother to go to Brentwood Science Magnet. Better opportunities. Growing up, I was really into science, and she noticed that, so she bussed us out there. So going out there, I started to see actually different races, being around different people, and seeing different cultures and different, even from different foods they ate versus what we ate, how they dressed, type of toys and things they played with versus what I played with, and started kind of seeing the difference of how things were, how they lived out there. It was a big difference. The energy out there was real positive. Going to Brentwood, being in the area, seeing people walking, exercising, bike riding. Then when we would go back down to South Central, it was like smog and congestion and graffiti on the wall and dope fiends and things like that. So you start seeing like, man, I'm poor. Like, it's a difference. Like, these people got money, I'm poor. Then you start kind of saying, okay, these things are different for me than it is for them. And then you start kind of noticing your place in the world and how you're basically being geared to be a certain way versus the way they're being geared, basically towards success. And you basically being geared to be either in prison or working a minimum job, just getting by. You go from big houses to apartment buildings, ran down apartment buildings. So, I mean, you notice that right off the top, manicured lawns, sprinklers, just the fact that the grass was green, and then you come down to start coming down towards LA, you see, like I said, mostly apartment buildings. Few houses you did see were ran down, grass dead in the front, the schools messed up, destroyed, things like that. So, I mean, you see the difference, definitely. Yeah, I mean, because, I grew up with my mom, single parent home, and I had my dad who lived separately, but, I really didn't know the difference because everybody around me, basically, that was the situation. So you thought it was normal. I thought it was normal until you start seeing other people's dads picking them up, hearing them talking about family events and things they were doing, and you were kind of like, family events? Like, okay, well, they're going on trips, they're going on camping trips, they're doing this. I wasn't doing any of that. So, you start kind of like seeing like, all right, man, it's like different little lifestyles out here. And you start saying, man, I want that lifestyle. This lifestyle, now you start to have something to compare it to. At first, when you don't have anything to compare it to, you don't have a problem with it. But then once you get exposed to something, you start seeing like, wait, it's a different way of living out here. I want that, but you don't know how to get it. And that's the frustration, where the frustration comes when you're young, because you really can't express yourself, that you see these differences and that you basically living in poverty. Basically, your back is against the wall, but you really can't express that. You're just kind of like frustrated. You're saying, okay, how can I get money to get that feeling? Because you associate money with wealth and living well. And really, now as an adult, I know that comes from knowledge. Having knowledge and having a base in God and things of that nature, that's what gives you enlightenment. But when you're young, you think, okay, I gotta have money. And if I have money, then I can basically have what they have. And once you get in the streets and you start getting money by any means necessary, you start to realize that that's not necessarily the case. And unfortunately, by the time most people realize that in the streets, it's too late. You're dead, or they have a long, lengthy prison sentence. And then once they're sitting in jail and they have books and knowledge and peace, then they say, okay, man, dang, this is what it's all about. Having knowledge to know myself and be content with myself and understanding what real wealth is and value. But when you're running around the streets and you looking at your resources, it's like, okay, sell dope, rob, pimping, gang banging. You looking like, this is how I need to get money to feel a certain way. Because if I get these clothes, they'll make me feel rich and important. And I can get a car that'll make me feel rich and important. And I can go out and eat at certain places that are going to make me feel what going to Brentwood makes me feel. And I think towards, like, as I got more and more into the gang life, around 17, when I started really getting burnt out, and I was like, dude, I can do much better with my life. I knew it, but I just didn't know how.